There is no right way to play Elden Ring. Whether you are a big brain arcane enjoyer or the tried and true no thoughts strength user, one thing is for certain. Elden Ring players will manage to call any build too overpowered, unless you beat the game with a foot pedal using your fist, while blindfolded with a hand tied behind your back, and I don't know, something else, I don't know. Well, I set out to beat Elden Ring and its 26 major bosses with a stat many people find to be underused and perhaps even bad, Dexterity. The rules are simple, just level Dex. Beginning my run as a wretch for a clean 10 level spread per stat, I made my way through the Church of Anticipation and... Waking up in Limgrave, I begin the rather necessary Elden Ring collectathon, first stopping to talk to Melina. If only it were that easy. Heading south, I stop and grab my first weapon, the old stick and ball, before finding a man in dire need. Yay! Alright, cool. He takes a tumble and I use this opportunity to acquire his seed. You know, I could have phrased that better. Anyways, I head to the Third Church of Marika where I pick up the Physic and a Sacred Tear before entering the Mistwoods to grab the Charged Attack Tear and Talisman. Stopping in Fort Height, I grab one half of the Dectus Medallion before heading to the Weeping Peninsula. Here, I grab 3 more Sacred Tears and do some minor deforestation to acquire the Opaline Hard Tear. Unsure of what weapon I want to use, I go ahead and grab a Somber 1 before fighting Darrowwill for the quintessential Dex weapon, the Bloodhound's Fang. This happens to also complete Blythe's quest, giving me a Somber 2. Heading into Stormhill, I grab the Strength Knot Tear, kill a Lonely Knight for Golden Vow, and then do something I go on to regret. Kill Alexander. I'm sorry, buddy. I'm so sorry. But I needed that. Oh my god. I have blood on my hands. What just came over me to think that it was okay to kill Alexander like that? While over here, I also grab the Turtle Talisman before doing another thing that is completely unforgiving. Much better. Dude, what is wrong with this guy? One last stop in the death-touched catacombs, I grab the Uchigatana, marking my early setup complete before heading back to the Church of LA to level up. No! 15, 11. I just leveled up strength. I completely forgot what I was doing. An hour down the drain because I just leveled up strength. Okay, well, never mind. Time to cancel that one. Well, with an hour of time wasted, I had no choice but to restart and do it all over again. Sparing you the details, I grabbed all the same stuff, this time making sure to leave Alex alive, and also taking the time to visit Castle Morn where I found the whip. In my travels, I gathered enough smithing stones to get the Uchi to level 6, however the smithing table in the church only allows for +2. Feeling disappointed by this revelation, I saddled up and decided to take on Margit. Alright, so I was only able to get to +3 katana because of the fact that you cannot upgrade at that one table. The one smithing table there early, and then also I don't have access to round table hold until I die to this goober, but we all know that's not gonna happen. We don't die around here. What do you mean? The Uchigatana proved its worth, but it just didn't feel strong enough, so I tactfully and intentionally died so that Melina would offer to take me to round table hold. Here I get the katana to +6 before fighting Margit again. Okay, should be able to punish this. Ooh, that is good damage. That is really good damage. Holy, what a delay. Wow, already a stagger. That is really good. Alright, this will take us into phase 2. Kill him here. Nice. There we go. Okay, wow. Margit proves no match and goes down relatively smooth, allowing me passage into Stormvale Castle. I decided to take the side route as I have a few items to pick up here. I grabbed the hook claws to feel like Wolverine and also find the Misery Cord, Iron Whetblade, and Jump Talisman around the area. With my looting complete, I charge forth and take on the wrongful owner of this castle, Godrick the Gunner. I don't know if it's just me, but Godrick seems like the BDSM type, so I decided to use the whip for him. I also figured the whip would be utter dog shit, so why not use it on an easy boss like him? Definitely not my favorite weapon of the bunch, but I cannot lie, it was pretty fun to mess around with, and given its range and speed, it actually wasn't too bad. You can definitely make a whip build really strong, but for the time being, this would have to do. Okay, he is deceptively fast, I'll be honest with you. Okay, do the jump attack. Nice. Fuck! Come on. Okay. Yes. Perfect. Let's go. There we go. Okay. Well, Godrick the Gunner just got whipped, fulfilling his BDSM dreams. I'm so proud of him. Update. The whip? I don't think it's very good. It is a weapon of all time, for sure. With Godrick defeated and Stormveil liberated, I entered the land underwater. Stopping at Roundtable Hold, I talk to Rogier, who gets me his rapier, which is conveniently already +8. As you may know, dexterity weapons are all about speed and swiftness, while luckily for me, in the Stillwater Cave, I find a Cleanron Knight who wandered off a little too far. Defeating her grants me the Winged Sword insignia, boosting consecutive attacks. Near a sleeping dragon, I grab the Academy key off a book reader. Books. Stopping in the Railucaria Crystal Tunnel, I spin to win on a crystal man who crumbles just as easily as my mental. He drops the first smithing stone bell bearing of many. I also decide now is the best time to do Yura's quest and head back to Limgrave to kill Nereus before murdering a bald man, finally ending my bloodshed with the assassin outside the academy. Upon entering Hogwarts, it was about time to face my arch nemesis, Tony the Tiger.
Alright, well, wish me luck. This is gonna be a fight of a lifetime because I suck at this dog and I literally never ever get it down. It's so scary. He's so fast. Nice. Come on. Nice. Let's go. Okay, there we go. Simple. Simple, simple, simple. That wasn't that bad. More times. What? God, dude, I just absolutely love it when big balls are all over me. That's twin right there. Mean twin. Oh! He didn't like that.
I decided to use the Hook Claws versus Rennala, as I figured they would absolutely shred through her first phase. Earlier I had grabbed the Bloodflame Blade incantation as well as the Faith Knot tier to wield it, which is where I learned that you cannot buff weapons in your left hand with incantations, only greases. So far the Hook Claws were far and away my favorite weapon of the run. This is what Dex is all about. Unrivaled speed and agility, health bars melting before your eyes.
Oh my god, okay. 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 I can deal with Giant. Giant's not bad. That might be a bit of a problem though. Oh god. Where'd he go? Nice, nice. Oh my god, wait. Okay, no! Get her! Oh my god. Oh, I almost threw that. I actually almost threw that there. I was... Oh my god, okay. Holy... Oh, wow. That could have been a terrible end.
With Rennala defeated, I headed back to the Third Church of America and took a warp to the Bestial Sanctum in Dragonbarrow. I took this time to skillfully and properly handle the Knight's Cav for a nice sum of 42,000 runes.
I'm going to get poisoned. I am dead.
Stopping in Fort Faroth, I grabbed the second half of the Dectus Medallion and Radagon's Ball. I also took the time to beat up on a Geriatric Dragon for another 100k runes to super level my dex up to 54. In Dragonbarrow, I find a Somber 9 and 8, as well as a new weapon, the Spiked Castus, or Saestus, I don't really know. Stopping in Fort Gale, I grab Flame Grant Me Strength if I happen to need it. Near the Impassable Great Bridge, I smack another Scarab for Cragblade before returning to the Rot Swamp to take on Niall's younger brother Neil, and I don't mean in a fight.
You're gay! He's gay!
Run away from him so I don't actually die. Surely, right? Oh!
The conveniently placed rot geysers make quick work of Neil, and he drops the needle to take back to Gowrie.
Wow, that was really close for comfort. Holy. Alright, there we go.
He tells me to return later, so I take this time to go back to Liurnia where I fight Bogart, who drops the iron balls. Before going to Gowrie, I stop in the Celia Crystal Tunnel in search of a Somber 6. Luckily for me, the Falling Star Beast drops one alongside the Somber Bell Bearing. Finally, with Gowrie finished doing his magic work, I take the needle to Millicent for the next step of her quest. Having both halves of the medallion, I make my way into Altus via the Dectus lift. Grabbing a grace in the area progresses the festival in Redmane Castle for the chance to fight Radahn. Before entering his arena, I grab a Somber 5 conveniently left for me and take it to EG to get my Bloodhound's Fang to +6. Prior to this run, I had only ever used the Bloodhound's Fang once or twice, and I am sure glad I used it on Radahn. I tend to struggle against ramen noodles and was a bit worried about this run, so I took the time to use a weapon I knew would be absolutely insane. I'm happy to say this thing fucks. I mean, for the sheer damage output, it might be the best weapon in the game. It is also the only Somber weapon that can be buffed with coatings as far as I'm aware. Before I knew it, he was tired of not being able to hit me and decided the best plan of action was to re-enter the atmosphere with intent to kill. Can someone please explain to me how Leonard doesn't just evaporate? My headcanon is that Leonard is the strongest entity in the lands between. The outer will falters in comparison.
Oh shit. I missed it. Let's go. Nice. Okay. That was really good. I missed the thing, but that's fine. Oh, and I didn't get the... Okay, well, -1 golden foul foot. That was a really good fight.
With Dany dead, I return to Altus and talk to Raya, who takes me to Volcano Manor. Tanith gives me the drawing room key, but instead I head upstairs to fight Giza, who honestly was kinda tough. NPCs are already jank, and when you got this guy with a chainsaw versus my perfectly fine and above average health bar, it's bound to end poorly. Eventually I get the upper hand, and with my pizza cutter acquired, I sneak through the manor and on the way find a lost knight who drops the bloodhound claws. Before Rykard stood pretty weight loss Nikocado Avocado, but I had a plan. With a pizza cutter and some drugs, this surely would go well. And I didn't grab the riposte. The pillar doesn't stop him and I die. All good. I wasn't even using it properly. The next attempt, I actually used the skill and oh my god, this is beautiful. It might actually bring a tear to my eye.
Nice. There we go. Spin to win.
This thing's actually kind of fun, dude. Just go here and just hold it. Behind the noble, I make my way through the rest of the manor and take a warp through to Richard. This run taught me that Richard's earthquake attack, where the snake goes below ground and shoots a bunch of rocks at you, is a move that you must dodge by having a sixth sense. If you happen to not be running to the left 45 seconds before he decides to do it, you will most likely get hit. That about sums up my fight with Richard, and well, it went honestly pretty poorly.
I'm stuck on a rock.
Yup. That's fucking awesome, dude. That is so fucking fantastic. It's so awesome. I love it. I love it.
Oh, what a great attack, dude. What a fantastic attack. Oh, it's so awesome. It's so cool. We'll see. Okay, poison again. Run back. Yeah, here it is. Okay, here it is. Okay, there we go. Okay. Look at that. That is progress, boys. That is progress. I'm proud of myself. Don't worry, I'm just gonna fuck it up in the next phase. Big. There we go. Wait, what did I get hit by? Whatever, we did it.
Heading towards Leyndell, I stop and grab the Smithing Bell Bearing 2 from the sealed tunnel and then grab the Ritual Sword Talisman before heading into the Sage's Cave for the Raptor's Black Feathers and Hook Claws. My wife needs a new arm, so I head into the Shaded Castle to deliver on my promise. This causes her to move to the Windmill Village, where I first must deal with post-weight loss Nikocado Avocado. I actually don't kill Millicent here because I thought her other talisman would be better. I also take the time to kill Magnus and finish Vari's quest for the Pureblood Knight's Medal. Before being able to enter the capital, I must first deal with the Draconic Tree Sentinel. Bloodhound's Fang gets the job done smoothly, and I wander my way through the capital ready to fight piss-free.
We're past most of it. We're almost there. Should be good. Are you serious?
I can't even be mad. That is insane timing right there. While I am here, I also grab, of course, the Starfist and the Ritual Shield Talisman. I figured Golden Shower Godfrey would be a good boss to use the Castus, so I threw on Cragblade and went to work.
Get out of the corner, bro. Come back here. Can you move any faster? Oh, I'm gonna get hit there. Yep, unlucky. Nice. I didn't think that would kill him. Wow. I actually, wow. Yeah, I was not expecting that. Okay.
Before fighting Morgott, I went ahead and finished Yura's quest for the Nagakiba, but I decided to use the Bloodhound Claws anyway.
So, first try, right? Surely. Oh, this. Alright, and now we just go and wail on him until he gets to second phase, and then we run away. We come back in, and then we just wail on him some more, and he's dead. Okay. Fantastic. As per usual. Get bagged.
Look at the way he looks in the bubble. Look at his head. Look at the top of his head. Okay. I'm an idiot. Before leaving Leyndell, I stop and grab arguably the coolest dex weapon in the game, the Bolt of Grandsax. Having been given the Rolled Medallion by Melina, I head into the mountaintops and grab the Smithing Stone and Somberstone Bell Bearing 3 before making my way to Fire Giant. Using the Godskin Stitcher I got from the Noble in Volcano Manor, I paired it with Bloodflame Blade, hopefully for an easy first try.
Alright, well, that was a great first attempt. Okay, let's actually make it to the boss this time, shall we? Oh gosh darn, dude. You and your stupid rock, bro. No way! Oh, grab it! It's just a perpetual rolling. Dude, he just keeps rolling. It's 3 times in a row. Come on. Right here. Oh, no. One more hit. He's actually one shot. Which isn't good. Because this is where I throw the most. I can't hit him. There. No. Okay. Still can't hit him. Okay, hit him in the toes. There we go. Literally one shot.
At the forge, I talk with Melina where she asks if I want to commit a cardinal sin. Thinking this means hooking up before marriage, I say yes, and then she goes and burns herself. In Farum Azula, it's time for the foreskin duo, so I get my sleep pots and starfists as per usual. It gets handled and that atrocity is out of the way.
Oh my god, dude. That was the most scuffed Godskin duo fight I think I've ever had.
Instead of following the main path, I actually take an elevator ride up to where Alex is and he challenges me to a duel.
I'm sorry, King.
But the great Alexander lived as a warrior to his last.
It still gets me every time. In another life, buddy.
Between Maliketh and I lays a path so treacherous no one dares to cross it. Instead, I complete the bird skip to completely avoid it all. Now, the logical choice would be to fight Maliketh, but instead I turn around and go fight Dragon Daddy. So far, the claws had been good to me this run, so I decided on the Raptor Talons for Plassey as I figured they would work really well. Placidusax is a big ass dragon, so you get a lot of free time to activate the consecutive attack buff from Winged Sword. Considering he can summon the lightning at your feet, a slow weapon would have a harder time getting in and out between strikes, so opting for something quick like the claws completely trivializes much of that attack. The fast swings and steady damage allows for me to whittle his HP bar down until he eventually flies away in preparation for his grand finale. I think leveling Dex has the side effect of becoming extra nimble because as he comes barreling in, I get in a perfect location right at his tail, and as he is laying waste with the lasers, I get ample time to just swing away, leading to victory.
Let's go! Perfect. Wow. That was actually really solid there at the end. I got it perfectly where he actually what's it called, had the lasers like in behind me, or sorry, in front of me or whatever, where I couldn't get hit by them.
Following Placidusax, it was now time to give the goodest boy a visit. I have always found jump builds to be exceptionally good against him, so I took out my trusty twin blades and got to work. Over my time playing, the Beast Clergyman and Maliketh have probably been my most improved fight. Early on in casual playthroughs, I would always tend to use Spirit Ashes because he would tend to be my wall. Since then, I have learned this fight pretty well, and I have to say, it is peak FromSoft. The Clergyman is fast and nimble, but his attacks reward good spacing, and when done correctly, often leave him open for a sizable punish. He is full glass cannon, and by about halfway all bets are off and Maliketh unleashes destined death. This fight feels like two anime protagonists duking it out in an arena that has fallen to time, exchanging blow for blow, except if I get hit once I die, so it's more me dodging all his sick nasty moves and then getting some hits in where I can. Sitting pretty at around 70 or so dex, this build absolutely shined and proved that dex can be good. Screw the haters.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude. Oh my god, these twin blades are disgusting, dude.
With the Rune of Death free and the capital reduced to ash, I was nearing the end of the game, but still had a whole lot to do. Unsure of what to do next, I grabbed the scythe from a random catacomb, then returned to Castle Morn to kill Edgar for his halberd. I make the decision to head underground in a Nokron where I find my greatest enemy. I prove worthy against myself, and behind Mimic Tier, I enter the Knight's Sacred Ground. At the end is a chest with the Fingerslayer blade, and as I go to grab it, oh right, Ranni. I should go do that.
Alright, so I completely forgot about Ranni's quest. So let me do that real quick. Yeah, I kind of forgot that I had to like actually fight a boss here. And I didn't fight the boss here. It's fine though. It's fine though. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Oh my god. Wait, that got a lot more dicey than it needed to be.
Oh well, okay. Behind Loretta, I talked to Ranni and her boys before going back to grab the blade for real this time. As I was down here, I decided it was due time to take on Bambi's mother before it was too late. I wanted to use something different for her, so I decided on Placidusax's remembrance weapon, the Dragon King's Cragblade. I had never used this before, so I didn't really know what to expect, and oh my god, that's a lot of damage. Hold on. Let me cook. In Liurnia, I cut another tree down for the lightning tier and then grab the lightning scorpion charm from the Windham catacombs. I then activate Godrick's Great Rune for +5 in all stats before killing 2 deathbirds for the red feathered branch sword and the twin bird kite shield. Finally, I deal with Godrick's lesser brother Godfrey for the Godfrey icon. Let's see, did I cook?
Now that's a lot of damage!
That's so close. It's a whole lot of damage though. Oh my god. Get him. Yeah. Oh yeah. That is a lot of damage.
With Ranni's quest already started, I head back to her rise to get the Carrion inverted statue. Doing some crazy moon magic, I turn the tower upside down somehow, which allows me to reach the Divine Tower of Liurnia, where I grab the Curse Mark of Death to challenge Vorticex. Instead of heading there now, I go somewhere far worse, the Lake of Rot. Because FromSoft things, I begrudgingly dredged through here until I reached the Grand Cloister. I decided I didn't suffer enough, so I turned back around and dived right back into the lake. Near one of the corners is a lost Dragonkin soldier who drops one of the coolest weapons in the game, the Dragon Scale Blade.
I might be dead for this, but there we go. Hopefully it gets it to me. Please, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. Okay.
I don't decide to use it just yet and instead take a coffin ride down to the Cosmic Anal Beads. As cool as this boss is, I don't really like his fight, so I cheat a little bit by using the Star Fists. At this point they're already like +20 and I'm probably a bit overleveled, but that is more of an Estelle problem for having such a convoluted path to reach him. The Star Fists once again prove they are a perfectly balanced and fair weapon by not giving time for him to react. Also, the background noise was because some construction was going on, so sorry about that.
There we go. Alright. Estelle is dead.
At this point, I realized one Sir Gideon Ofnir was waiting for me in Leyndell. This is where some would say I blundered. Thinking the twin blades I used against Maliketh would be just as good against Gideon, I confidently strolled in ready to put belt to ass.
Know your fucking place, trash.
My worst fear made reality, dying to Gideon on a low vig playthrough. Luckily for me, he is an NPC. NPCs do not like being juggled. Wanna guess what I did?
One more. Just die. Thank you. Oh my god. Peace at last.
With that shit stain out of the way, we were on to much more enjoyable things. Daddy Godfrey is weak to pierce damage and lightning damage, 2 things the Bolt of Grandsax does exceptionally well. I threw a build together focused on using the charge skill and, well, the damage was a bit lackluster. This was due to the bolt only being +4, and at this point I had leveled so many weapons that I was out of runes to get it any higher. Wanting to see just how much damage I could get out of this, I head underground where 2 important bosses reside. First, I deal with Esker, who drops the Lord of Blood's exaltation for later before heading even deeper underground to fight fake Mohg. Besides the runes, this also opens up a path to access the Deeproot depths later on. With a fully upgraded bolt, I can now return to Godfrey to put it to the test.
Rallying standard, shield, enter, profit. Alright. I mean, phase 1 is basically scripted, which is really nice. It's phase 2. That's the problem. It is phase 2 that is the problem. We're balling? I might be dead. Okay. Yeah, that was bad. Oh, he's doing jump attack and I don't have any blue. Okay, well, that's unlucky. Can't punish there. Yeah, this is basically just me running away. I don't really know how to fight him here in phase 2. Oh. We're going for it. Go, 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 go. Come on. Yes! Let's go. Let's go, dude. Oh my god, it worked. Oh, dude, that is by far the most fun thing I have done so far on this run. Oh my god, that is actually so good. That is beautiful. I love this weapon, dude.
To prepare for the DLC, I first head to Castle Sol to deal with the leader of this place. Seeing how good the bolt was on Godfrey, I used the exact same build against Niall and his goons, and it was absolutely beautiful.
Ancient Lightning Spear. and Bolt of Grandsax, once again proving just how good they are.
Behind Nile is one half of the Haligtree Medallion. The other one is in Liurnia in the village of Albinorix.
I haven't a clue.
Secrets lie with me, not a man.
I love this dude's accent, bro. Alright, thank you.
And if
Alright, I'll let him live.
With both halves acquired, I take the road lift down to the consecrated snowfield. Here, I find another tree, and this one drops the Thorny Crack tier, which boosts consecutive attacks. Perfect for this run. Using the pure blood metal I got earlier, I make my way to Mohg's place where I kill another NPC for the white mask. All that's left to do is fight real Mohg with the scythe I picked up earlier.
We put him on the ground, we walk over to him, and then we start spinning. And we win. Okay, smile. I think that might have been faster than the last time I did it. I think it was. I need to put a timer on that. I actually want to see how fast I killed him there.
I now have access to the DLC, but instead I have one last base game boss to clean up. Returning to the sewers, I hit a completely unnecessary skip to the Frenzy Flame door. Behind not one, but two hidden walls, I enter the Deep Root Depths.
Worst place in the game. Yippee. Actually, what is the worst place in the game? Yeah, I don't really, I don't know. I don't really have a least favorite quote-unquote place in the game. Let me know what you guys think. What is the worst place in the game?
Before being able to take on Fat Dragon 40 snacks, I must deal with Fia's tier 3 subs. I handle them the same way as Gideon, Giant Hunt Go Burr. For 40 stacks, I used Morgoth's Cursed Swords, and this is where I ran into a problem. My file corrupted, and all I have is the audio, so I took this opportunity to show off my wonderful paint skills and reenacted the fight by drawing it.
You know why? It's because I didn't pick up my runes. That's what matters most. That's what matters most in this arena. That's bullshit. That is fucking bullshit. Hey, hey. Oh, yeah, you can't catch me. You can't catch me. Who do you think you are? I am. Huh. What's he doing now? I don't know what he's doing. I'm very scared. I'm very scared right now. Blood flame slash attack. Dodge. Swing. Yes! Let's go, dude. Let's go. Alrighty, there we go. The dragon is dead. Oh, yeah, buddy. Oh, yeah. He stood no chance against my toothpick. I am, like, actually losing my mind.
With all the base game effectively done, I head into the DLC. My plan of action, collect a bunch of shit. Before leaving the Gravesite Plains, I get the backhand blades, the great katana, and the fire perfume bottle alongside some Skaboobel fragments. I then take a spirit spring that skips Castle Penis entirely where I collect even more fragments. I also grab the best talisman in the game, the two-handed sword talisman, as well as the two-headed turtle talisman. Basically a whole bunch of shit. Entering the Shadowkeep through the church district, I drain Messmer's dirty bathwater and then head inside. The map is effectively entirely explored and I reached plus 13 Shadow Blessing, so it is finally time to fight my first boss. God damn it, another NPC? Rakshasa drops her entire armor set and another great katana, but we don't care about that. Her armor, on the other hand, gives a plus 2% damage boost per piece at the detriment of taking more damage. At this point, everything one-shots me, so it's pretty much just a positive buff. Rakshasa was a bit underwhelming, so let's go burn a flower. The Scadutree Avatar is exceptionally weak to fire, so the perfume bottle would be perfect. I throw together a build with the Fire Scorpion Charm, the Fire Tier, and Flame Grammy Strength, and get to work.
Yep. Charge R2s are still too slow. Can I hit him here? Nope. Classic. Can hit him here though. And there. We're greeting. Oh yes, sir. Wait. Yo. Oh no, that's insane. I actually can't get it. Aha. Come on. Let's go! Let's go! Nice. That actually was really crazy. Dude, I was spamming R1 so hard there, just hoping to get one more hit off. Yo, dude, these things are actually kind of fun. Ah. I like how they make a little jingly noise before absolutely burning the place to the ground. It's fantastic.
That was euphoric. Let's do it again. This time against the Hog Rider. Gaius is weak to pierce damage, alongside like half the bosses in the DLC, which I find kind of funny. Anyways, I was unsure of how tough he would be, so I used arguably one of the best weapons available to me, the Great Katana. I slapped Sacred Blade on it as he is weak to holy and paired it with Rakshasa's armor for some extra damage. To this day, I still don't know how to deal with the charge.
Because I genuinely don't know how to dodge it. Are you fucking me? Oh my god, dude. Oh yeah, do it again, bro. Just do it again.
Finally, I landed on using a light roll that actually worked out really well. Gaius has actually become one of my favorite bosses, excluding that one move. His moveset is really fun to learn and limit test to see where you can sneak in different attacks and be safe. For the most part, the fight is the epitome of dodge attack dodge and cadence with him. The Great Katana was a fantastic choice as it is just fast enough to hit once and recover in time to dodge again. Ultimately, a very fun fight that ended pretty well for me.
As long as he just doesn't do a charge attack, we're fine. You know what I mean? As long as he just doesn't do the charge attack, we are so fine, bro. Like, that's all it is. Alright. Nerd. Oh. One more hit. Let's go. There we go. Who would have thought that light armor was the move? Oh boy. Yep, charge attack is still bullshit.
Behind him lays 5 additional skibbity fragments for me to collect like the glutton I am. His remembrance drops the sword lance, which might be the best remembrance weapon in the game. It is the only infusible one and I use it to take on my demons. Making my way through Castle Ensis, I climb a tower to save a damsel in distress.
Hello, milady. Is everything alright? Is this gentleman bothering you?
At the end of the castle sits an opponent so fierce I have nightmares thinking of her. The only way I was able to subdue them was with a lightning imbued sword lance.
But I don't really know. Oh, that is insane damage. Okay, the rolling attack sucks. Okay, the rolling attack is terrible. Oh my god. See, my problem with Rennala, and this is a me problem, this is 100% a me problem, is that I don't really know, like, I don't know, it just feels like she is just...
I guess we'll never know.
Alright. Okay, there we go. That actually... Sword Lance. Holy. Okay, there we go. That actually was not as bad as I thought it would be with this weapon. That was actually really good. This thing does a stupid amount of damage. Oh my god. Okay, well there we go. Staying in the Gravesite Plains, I begin my crusade against the furries with Milady in tow. The biggest problem I had against the lion was its phase 2 with lightning. And phase 2... is utter bullshit. Respectfully. Okay, well, we're still didn't skip phase 2, so... Okay, we need kukris. Yep. Yep, lightning. Smile. Okay. Get over here, nerd. I'm gonna beat you. I'm going to beat you. Right, that is the 2 attack. Right. We are tragically throwing the video game. Alright. We're going for it. Oh my god. See, this is what I'm talking about, dude. That is what I'm talking about. Look at that. I mean, we didn't skip it, but... close enough? Right? Okay, well... I can't see anything. I got pushed into a corner, but there we go. That worked. Okay. Perfect. Kukri was the fix. I don't think the Kukri actually hit him.
Moving from boss to boss like a stone cold killer, it was due time to be humbled, by Romina no less. I chose to use a weapon not so popular, Questline's Greatsword, which oddly enough scales with Dex. To get this weapon, first I must deal with his invader twice, thus giving me the prayer room key. I then go to Fort Reprimand where an Omen killer drops the Iris of Occultation. In the Shadow Keep, I find Questline begging for Margit to notice him and I ruin his day by making him see darkness.
No, you don't get grace. You will see darkness for the rest of your life.
This gives me his sword, a weapon I thought would be really good for Romina. It probably is, to be honest, but I tried and got nowhere. Eventually I caved and decided to do something else.
Yep, we are gonna go do something else. Because if not, I'm literally going to lose my mind. I'm just gonna go do something else. I have been here for way too long to not have beaten her yet, and it's honestly getting
really annoying. Ah, my glorious King Messmer. A fight I could do over and over again. He is weak to slash and very quick and nimble, so I figured the backhand blades would be a great choice. I love these things. They encompass the true meaning of dexterity, speed, agility, and a badass moveset that makes me feel like a ninja. Pair everything together and you get a fight for the ages. One thing the backhand blades don't prevent is the ability to throw, something I know far too well. Finally, as the fight nears its end, I learn of a detrimental programming decision that seals my fate.
Alright, well, there we go. What? Wait. Hold on. Wait a minute. What? No, come on. Please? Please? He talks too much. Wait, what's gonna... Okay, okay, fine. How does that... Wait, what? His health bar was literally 1. That... I have never seen that happen before. He was quite literally dead on my screen, and then I continued to hit him, and he still didn't die until afterwards. I have never seen that happen. Oh, Snake Man. Ocean Man. Okay, he's... Of course, dude. Of course. That's depressing. Well, the last attempt, I got him... I killed him somehow. He didn't fully die. And then this attempt, I proceeded to do the exact same thing, but get him one shot instead. And swing on him until he dies. He's not dead yet. Okay, never mind. I'm lying. Back away. I'm scared now. Okay, now he dies. Nope, he's still alive. Okay. Okay, now he dies. Yeah. Let's go. Blind spot. Oh. Wait, can I get to my... Oh, he's gone, never mind. Oh, that's so painful. With the blunder of not having dealt with Hornsent, I would come to pay for this later. So as to ease the pain of my misery, I decided to progress Ansbach's quest so as to have him later on. Following in LeBron's footsteps, I decided to take my talents to South Beach. Journeying into Satan's asshole, I was terrified of what was to come. It seems he left some beads in there for me to find. Now, I don't kink shame, but having not 1, 2, or even 3, but instead 5 laser shooting anal beads sounds like an exciting Saturday night. Putting on my best Chris Kyle impression, I managed to deal with them rather easily with my bow. At the end of this House of Horrors, I take a plunge and face the leftovers of one too many grinder dates. If I had a nickel for every animal riding boss weak to holy, I would have 2, which isn't much, but it is weird that it happened twice. Sticking with what worked, I slapped Sacred Blade on a club and beat the living daylights out of the sentient cum horse. Get back here. Stop running. Please, I miss you. Come home, the kids miss you. Okay, phase 2. Oh boy, okay, that is very not good. What? Okay. Sure, dude. Hey! Yeah! Grab it. There we go. Nice. Let's go. Smack him in the butt. Or in the head. Yeah, buddy. Alright, there we go. I'm gonna go and get myself some of the beautiful St. Trina's bathwater. Yeah, I deserve it. Oh, man. How's it going? You new around here? Oh, yes, thank you. Oh, it tastes wonderful. Oh, what's that? Oh, I'm dead. Oh, dear me. I don't know if that's gonna make it in the video. I'm sorry. I could only run from my past for so long. Returning to the Rao ruins, it was due time to try Romina again. Only this time, I had a secret weapon. The balls, my secret weapon. As soon as I got to a boss that I was stuck on, I pull out my big heavy balls. Hi-ya! Yeah. Wait, can I grab it? Okay, nope, I guess not. Oh, wow. Okay, I actually got out of that. Oh, that's actually massive. You know what else is massive? Alright, come on. Hey! Hoo! Ha! Heavy! Bing bong. Oh, yeah, you're so screwed, dog. Yeah, dog, it's Jover for you. It is absolutely Jover for you. And that's because I genuinely do not like this boss fight on low HP, and I am dog shit, so that means I'm going to use the balls, because that was my secret weapon. Yup, Who would have thought Romina would be the boss that I was stuck at?
With the sealing tree ready to burn and Enir Elam ready to explore, I decided to go the complete opposite way to the Abyssal Woods. Before my descent into madness, I would have to conquer the Darklight Catacombs and its gatewatcher, Jory. See, normally Jory poses a substantial threat to anyone's sanity as the constant teleporting and summons make this fight a slog. Jory, however, has one severe weakness: the backstab. By perfectly circling around him and pressing R1 at just the right time, it effectively locks him into a constant cycle where he cannot teleport away, thus allowing you to perpetually backstab him until victory. But. Wow. Alright, there we go.
Oh, thank God you could do that against that boss. If not, that boss would be 100 times worse.
With the Abyssal Woods free to explore, I grabbed 2 more Skittle fragments before taking the treacherous and frankly exhausting path to Midra's mansion. On the upside though, I did find a cute little owl.
Huh. There's an owl. Look at him. He's so cute. Aw, it's the ghost owl. This is gonna be you if you don't subscribe. Hello, Midra. Okay. Alright, well, can't fight Midra. We told him to leave. So, sorry.
Now Midra proved to be somewhat of a challenge. Don't let his looks deceive you, as he packs the most HP in the DLC with a staggering 47,000. He does have an Achilles heel, however. Not only is he very susceptible to slash damage, but his years of torture denied him from any form of calcium intake, thus making his bones as strong as twigs. With a whopping 80 poise for the Lord of Frenzy, using a weapon like the Uchigatana allows for constant pressure and damage output. Unsheath, acting as a quick R2, not only would do a crazy amount of damage, but would also allow me to get some very nice poise breaks throughout the fight. I would still have to be at the top of my game, as any wrong move would spell death. Eventually, with one final slash, I quelled the madness at the detriment of my own life.
Dude, that was an insane bleed proc. Come on. Oh, hold on. Wait a minute. Did I get it? Yes!
It was at this point we were nearing the end of the run. With only a handful of bosses left to torment me, I began my journey in the church. I was asked to blow bell horns located around the Land of Shadow, the first in the Cerulean coast and the latter in the hinterlands. Trekking through the ruins of Raya was rather safe. I reached the bell and rung it for everyone to hear. The second run through the ruins of Deo, not so much.
You have got to be kidding me, bro. Where did this dude come from? I just got touched inappropriately. Dude, it's 410,000 runes. Can I please not die? I just need to get the...
Eventually, I blew the second horn and returned to Ymir for my reward.
Simply exhilarating, I must say.
You think this guy touches himself to these sounds?
What?
Honestly, don't answer that.
Another map.
Man, I wonder where that could be. Huh. Nah, it can't be. There's no way. I don't believe it.
Below the ruins lay Metter, Mother of Fingers, but before being able to challenge her, I would have to deal with her bodyguard, Anna. She dropped our weapon of choice for the Finger Mommy, the Claws of Night. These beautiful sons of bitches were maybe the best claws in the game. Metyr is what I like to call a blood balloon. Her weak spot takes 50% extra damage, and her bleed resistance is lower than my will to live. So I had one goal: to beat her before she transitioned to phase 2. I figured it would 100% be possible, albeit relying on good RNG of attacks and well-timed bleed procs. My best attempt got her within an inch of her life, and I knew it was definitely doable. To solve this problem, I turned to the universal solution to everything: more damage.
I'm dead. Oh my god. Oh, no way.
Deciding to return after getting more powerful, I took this time to traverse the rest of the map in my quest to gather the final Scadutree fragments. In my journey, I had killed the ancient dragon man for the dragon hunter's katana, as well as committed my second case of arson in burning the sealing tree. With Enir Elam mine to explore, I grabbed the fragments in the area before returning to the cathedral. Throughout my playthrough, I'd picked up plenty of rune arcs as well as the materials to actually craft exalted flesh. All in all, these were the final pieces of the puzzle. All that was left was for me to face off once more with Metyr.
Oh yeah, this is it right here. Let's go! Let's go, dude.
I had purposefully left the two most difficult bosses of the DLC for last. It totally wasn't because I was genuinely terrified to face Bayle and was putting off the inevitable. Nah, couldn't be.
Not gonna lie, I'm a little scared. It's time for Bayle, and well, my history with this guy is not very good. So, alright Bayle, please don't be evil to me. That's all I'm asking. Curse you, Bayle! With a hail of harpoons! Why is that missing? with every last drop of my being. Right, that's the follow-up. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be... Oh boy.
Returning to the summit of the jagged peak, it was time to make Egon proud. Luckily for me, there is one weapon that was specifically designed to fight dragons. It didn't help at all. Nah, I'm just kidding. It actually is probably the only reason I ever actually beat this guy. On the surface, Bayle is a great fight, and this run actually helped me see that. For once, I did not summon Egon and instead chose to face my demons head on. Throughout my time fighting Bayle, my biggest complaint focused on one of his central moves, his straight line fire breath. See, while the arena is flat, littered throughout are the bones of fallen dragon communion soldiers who dared to face Bayle. While a beautiful lore piece, they are utter bullshit.
Nothing about him is fun.
That's quite big.
That is...
This is due to an interaction with the fire that when it hits one of these piles, it has the chance to bounce at an angle that is entirely up to RNG. Whether you run to the right or to the left, there is always a chance the fire will bounce. Now, I could very well just be skill issuing, but that is my biggest issue with this fight. The rest of the fight is actually fantastic. I have no other issues. I find many of his combos to be easily telegraphed and often leave plenty of time to deal your own damage. All in all, this run helped me see Bayle as the fantastic boss he is, and I am glad I was able to actually conquer this mountain of mine.
What does that miss? I'm like right in his grill. Okay. I haven't gotten a bleed yet, so hopefully that means one is soon. Come on. Let's go, dude. Oh, wow. Okay, that was actually a really clean fight there.
The DLC quasi finished, it was due time to reach Radahn. But one last roadblock lay between the Conqueror of Stars and I, Lita, Hornsent, and Dane. It honestly wasn't that bad. The boys and I put on a masterclass of micro staggers and they really couldn't do anything.
We just gotta trap her in the corner. Yes. Okay, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Oh yes, that was beautiful. Standing outside Radahn in Mikola's arena, I actually decided it would be better if I went and dealt with his sister first. Returning to Ardina, I light the 4 braziers and arrive at the Hallock-Tree. At the base of the canopy before entering Elfiel, I would have to fight Loretta 2, Magic Boogaloo. Alright, Loretta, you ready to get this work? Or maybe I get worked. Low key, probably gonna be a little bit of her working me, not gonna lie. I got... I mean, I knew she was one shot, but...
Entering the base of the Hallock-Tree, I find Millicent waiting for me. Remember when I said that the other talisman was better? Well, I made the grave mistake of not realizing you cannot stack both winged sword insignias as they are mutually exclusive. So instead, I just murder her for Millicent's prosthesis.
I'm just gonna do one of these. I'm so sorry. I really am. I know I let you come all the way over here because I forgot that I forgot that they didn't stack. So I thought they did, and just to murder you, I'm really sorry. I know.
Traversing through the rest of the Hallock-Tree, I arrive at the roots where Malenia awaited me. Now, it is no surprise that Malenia is to me the most difficult boss in the game. Radahn, Bayle, Rennala, they're all baby food in comparison to her. She was the only thing that stood between me and a successful completion of this run. And Radahn and Beast. Okay, you know she wasn't the only thing, but you get it. Anyways, I was prepared to spend hours, days, maybe even weeks trying to beat her. But the unthinkable happened. I beat Malenia on my first attempt. Yeah, I couldn't even believe that lie. Evidently, Malenia actually did not take me as long as I had expected it to. Rakshasa's Great Katana proved to be the perfect weapon for the job as it had incredible reach, fast swings, and the ability to microstagger Malenia out of a decent amount of her move pool. As per usual, Waterfowl played a particular role in my willingness to throw a haymaker through my monitor. However, the practice of dodging at close range was starting to pay off, and it became more and more evident that I was actually, believe it or not, getting good. Or maybe beyond popular belief, Dexterity was actually a really good stat. This run was shaping up to be one of my favorites that I had done, and fighting Malenia really encompassed that feeling. Throughout my fight with her, I felt like a nimble shinobi, using the katana the way my ancestors had wielded it years ago, ducking and dodging through attacks, poking at opportunities, and slowly whittling her health down.
Dude, holy shit, I did it. Oh my god, that actually was insane. Oh my god, I was so locked in, bro. Oh my god, dude, I was so locked in. My palms are sweating. Oh my god.
With one twin defeated, it was time to return to the other at the Gate of Divinity. Throughout my playthrough, I had picked up some really fun and awesome weapons. The Dragon Scale Blade, the Naga Kiba, and the Sword of Night. which I got by getting another Iris of Occultation in Shadow Keep and giving it to Yolan after the met her boss fight. I think it killed her, but I mean, I got a cool weapon, so that's a her problem. For Radahn, I decided to do something a bit unorthodox. Putting on my best Zoro impression, I decided to use 3 different katanas for the 3-sword style, all at different parts of Radahn's fight. In phase 1, I would use the Dragon Scale Blade. It had a unique buff that would coat the weapon in Ice Lightning, which applied frost buildup as well as a flat lightning damage. This buff lasted a short time, and when the sword was uncoated, its damage was equivalent to that of erectile dysfunction. Thus, I decided to use it during the first phase up until the transition. Following that, I would use the Bloodflame Nagakiba as it offered the best amount of bleed buildup and damage output, being the strongest of the bunch. This allowed me to apply constant pressure to Radahn and could eventually lead to a stagger or bleed. Finally, upon Radahn's re-entry into our atmosphere, I would then use the Sword of Night to finish out the fight. Similar to the Dragon Scale Blade, the damage was good but not excellent. Radahn's high resistance to magic made it a bit weaker, but its fast and nimble attacks still allowed me to whittle his health down. My goal was to land the finishing blow with my ultimate ability, the Witching Hour Slash.
This is good. Dodge. Hit. Going for it. Come on, come on. Dude. Oh my god. Stand right here. Back away from him. Nice. Good dodges. I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little scared. This is fine. Okay. Didn't get terrain memed. Yes. Good move. Oh. He's actually one shot. Okay, I'm going for it. Yes, let's go. I made sure not to hold the ability this time. Dude, that was actually so fun. Using like the different katanas and stuff like that, that was awesome. And I made sure not to be an idiot and hold the skill for too long.
With my journey coming to a close, I figured my fight with the final boss would be a good time to talk about Dexterity. So far, out of all the stats I have done a playthrough on, Dexterity honestly might have been my favorite. Is it the best? No, I think that title belongs to Arcane, but I do think it is still nowhere near as bad as people say. I don't think it even deserved to be called bad in the first place. The arsenal available to you and the power you can put out makes it a really fun stat to mess around with. I would go as far as to say that Dexterity scaling weapons are the coolest in the entire game. Pair this with the attunement system and you can make any weapon a dex weapon if you really wanted to. Finishing out the fight with Elden Beast, I happened to have gotten some of the best RNG I could have asked for, and he almost exclusively used melee attacks, making it honestly really easy. I mean, the dude was dead before he could have even gotten Elden Stars off.
No, get him before he does Elden Stars. Yes, let's go. Awesome. Wow, that was actually insane RNG. He didn't do the ring until he was nearly dead already. Holy.
I had a really great time on this playthrough, and I hope you had a good time watching this video. If you enjoyed, consider subscribing and doing all the YouTube things, as it is much appreciated. This channel has grown at an alarming rate, and I can't thank you guys enough. If you haven't already, be sure to check out my other videos, and with that, I'll catch you guys later.
Alright, we made it to the Soldier of Godrick, a boss known by many as the most difficult boss in the game. I don't know if we can do it, but there's a reason why he's called the Soldier of God. I'm gonna try and get the jump on him here.